So this category of cultural liturgy is just so powerful, and we've used it in ministry contexts and in classrooms. Let's think about the youth ministry sort of context. The mall is a great sort of clear picture of how these liturgies operate, but it's also not that consumerism has gone anywhere, but the mall is becoming less relevant to young people's lives. What practically can we do to lead, say, a youth group through? Like, how do we discern together what are our cultural liturgies? Where do they show up online? Where do they show up in our schools? Where do they show up within this group right here? What sort of practical tools could you offer us?
Yeah, no, it's a great question to which I will have an inadequate answer. But so I think this is a chance for field trips in youth ministry, right? So it's a chance to kind of. I think ideally what would happen is you pull young people out of the kind of wherever your sort of Sunday school class usually meets. Now, I do think there has to be a kind of preparation. So we actually want to honor them as thinking things, and as thinkers who are capable of reflection. And I wonder if it wouldn't be fun to, on the one hand, maybe you take the church's worship bulletin for the week and say, okay, what do we do here in church? What are our rhythms? And then you generate from that this kind of set of glasses where you're asking these questions. And then you say, okay, now let's put those glasses on and we're going to go visit some sites or whatever it might be. And it would be fun. Youth ministers are so creative about these kinds of things, much better than philosophy professors. But it would be like, okay, let's all gather for this Friday night's high school football game at X, now let's put our anthropology lenses on. Let's do our liturgical analysis lenses. And let's ask this question. Why is there a national anthem at a local high school football game? It's just like, when we went to the choir concert, there was no anthem there. So, and you just look for these, I think it mostly looks like questions where you're just kind of prompting them to look at the thing anew. And then to ask, why are we doing this, and what is it doing to me, right? The one that I feel like I don't have enough familiarity with, but clearly social media. Like you basically want to somehow jolt them out of their mere immersion in it and to start looking. But I do think that middle-aged people, need to learn from them how they experience it. So put them in the driver's seat of doing the analysis. Don't tell them the analysis, give them the questions and the tools, and let them do the analysis, and then they own it in a sense. And I think that can be really powerful. Another one to think about, especially with young men, is gaming. So I think video gaming is such an immersive experience. And it's another example where we don't want to just say no. Like, it can't just be this legalistic no, because the narrative imagination shaping power that's going into gaming now, it's one of our sort of arts outlets. So I would say put young people in the driver's seat, give them the tools and capacities to do the analysis, and then let them own the analysis, and I think they'll come out of it with just sort of new eyes and say, oh, okay. And then hopefully what happens is they come back to Sunday morning and they're like, oh, I guess I see why we're doing this in a new light. And that's the beginning, that's catechesis.
Yeah, and you're teaching them, training them in discernment.
Exactly, yes.
One of the core Christian virtues and practices.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thank you so much.
My pleasure, thank you.